Hello everybody, this is Izzy here again, coming to you with my review for 2019's Godzilla King of Monsters. Without further ado, I'm going to get into the review of this film. Do not worry, there will be no spoilers as always when it comes to a big cinematic film of this nature. This is a sequel to the 2014 film Godzilla. As someone who grew up watching all the kaiju monster films that you can think of, as far as like King Kong, Gamera, Mothra, Rodan, Godzilla, of course, this has always been the type of film I've always wanted to see as far as Godzilla is concerned. My favorite Godzilla film of all time, without hesitation, is still Godzilla 1985. The true masterpiece cinematic film of any kaiju monster film, as far as the destruction, the acting, the action, and the whole visual effects is concerned. It still holds up to this very day, and it's a quite chilling depiction of Godzilla, in my opinion. With that said, I thought this film was very good. I was reading the reviews about this and how they felt that there was too much Godzilla action when you compare it to the sequel, compared to the predecessor, how there was too much focus on the human condition. And I have to say, even though there is a lot more monster action in this film, I still felt they focused too much on the humanity. Because when we're watching a Godzilla film, let's be honest here, we do not care about the humans. We want to see Godzilla destroying cities, destroying fighter jets, destroying submarines. We want to see Godzilla just go on a massive destruction spree. That's what we're into. That's what we're watching a Godzilla film for. As far as the human characters are concerned in this film, I particularly did not care for any of them at all. They come off as extremely unlikable, arrogant, and you didn't have any kind of human connection with them. And it's the same way with the first film, in my opinion. They just did. There was nothing about them that makes me feel as though that I care about what happens to them. I'm more interested in wanting to see what's going to happen as far as at least in particular the first one, Godzilla and the Mutas. That's what I cared about. I didn't care about anything else. But with this one, they added more monster action, and the visual effects is what really, I think, takes it above and beyond as far as I'm concerned, because to see King Ghidorah, you have King Ghidorah, you have Rodan, you have Mothra, you have Godzilla, of course, you have all these other kaijus who are starting to make their appearances, and it's just such a visual treat to see these iconic monsters coming to life on the big screen, because before, you could tell it was usually a man in a suit, or it was just some sort of animatronic figure, and you weren't necessarily, at least as children, you didn't really know that that's how they were portrayed. Whereas, of course, when you get older, you notice those things. But as a kid, you didn't particularly take notice of details like that. But to see King Ghidorah on the big screen in his full glory, a three-headed dragon, a three-headed ancient dragon that's considered to be the god of dragons, it essentially just was mind-blowing. I had always wanted to see King Ghidorah on the big screen with this form of technology ever since I was a little boy. He's always been one of my favorite kaiju monsters, and he is nothing short of terrifying in this film. Absolutely menacing. They used him just right, and it was just absolutely perfect how the visuals look. There's just such an ominous feel in the air when you see him rise and his wings expand and the heads just stand up. It's just, I can't put it into words. You definitely have to see it for yourself. Mothra is another highlight of the film. You don't really see much for her in the film, and I think it's done for her benefit, because when she shows up, it's absolutely beautiful. Words cannot fully encapsulate how gorgeous she is. It's just such a divine entity when she shows up, and you really just feel this ethereal presence that I think has this overbearing quality to it that just fully encompasses you and lets you forget about all the destruction that has just been taking place. Rodan is another favorite monster of mine. He makes an appearance at the demonic, I can't remember the demonic angel. I can't remember exactly the nickname that they have for him in this film, but it was really cool. The demonic firebird, if I'm not mistaken. And it was just cool when he's taken to the air, and once again just leaving this is not a spoiler because you do see it in the trailer how he's just leaving destruction his way just because of the wingspan that he has and the wind that he's carrying. Just truly terrifying. This film is part of the continuation of the Monsterverse that Legendary Pictures is attempted to establish this whole cinematic universe where we're going to see not only Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, King Ghidorah. We're also gonna. This is a sequel to, well, more or less a predecessor to the King Kong versus Godzilla film that's going to be taking place in, I think it's going to be released in 2020 and 2021. Do not hold me to that, but I believe it's 2020. Also, King Kong Skull Island is part of the same universe as well. There is some sort of deep, meaningful message in this film that is not touched upon, that I actually wish that they kind of went in that direction, just because the potential was there for it to be something bigger than what it was. The message of the film overall, which I thought was really cool, is how humanity as a whole, whether they're scientists, teachers, or politicians, or military government officials, they have this ideology within their head that they have all the answers. They could control anything and everything and anyone. And we as a whole, we tend to forget just how small and insignificant we are compared to what was here before us. And that, I feel, would have been a much better and more broader message in terms of what they were. You could tell they were initially going with it, but at the same time they wanted to, I guess, cater to the ones who were very disappointed with the fact that we didn't see a lot of monster action in the previous film. And I have to say, I can understand that, but it just would have been much more cooler and more understanding, and actually have some sort of emotional weight if they went into that direction, because they have. Again, I guess this is really not a spoiler anyways, because there have been many films where Godzilla is the antagonist. So eventually, somewhere down the road, there is going to be a Godzilla film where he is the antagonist. I mean, that's just the way it is. It's always been that way. As I said, the visual effects in the film is top-notch, elite. The music, the atmosphere is intense and dark and ominous and eerie feeling. But at the same time, as I said already, I would have preferred if they still didn't focus on the human aspect of the film. I get that it's necessary to try to show the aftermath of the reactions to everyone experiencing the carnage and the chaos that's taking place before their eyes, in terms of what Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, King Ghidorah, and the military attempted to stop them. I get that. I truly do get that. But I think everybody will agree with me when it comes to a Godzilla film. We do not care about the humans. We really don't. We just want to see great, non-stop kaiju action. So I'm hoping with King Kong versus Godzilla, we get a much longer sequence with Godzilla and King Kong fighting, maybe the other kaiju monsters joining into the fray. Who knows? But either way, I still did enjoy the film. I mean, I really did. I thought it was still fun. It hit all the right notes that it needed to hit as far as the kaiju action was concerned. I just wish that, again, you could kind of tell they were trying to have the best of both worlds, whereas in the first film, whenever we believe we're about to see them actually engage in some type of physical battle, the camera cuts away and all we see is the aftermath. In this film, we actually see them, butt heads, but then at the same time they'll quickly cut away to something else, and that just, there were times where you're just really getting into it, then all of a sudden something that happens, and you're just like, what in the world? Come on, no. We don't care about what's going on with anybody else. We just want to see these monsters go at it. Obviously, Godzilla King of Monsters, again, not a spoiler, because considering that there is a sequel with him facing King Kong, we know he's not going to die. Spoiler alert. Because anyone who has been reading the behind-the-scenes information as far as this film is concerned knows that, the title character very rarely dies in this instance when they're trying to establish this huge universe. But either way, I did enjoy it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a massive improvement to the predecessor that came, and hopefully that they can continue to improve upon it with this Godzilla vs. King Kong sequel, and maybe much more kaiju monster films in the future. Who knows what it'll hold. But I did enjoy it. I thought it was very good. I thought it was fun. It reminded me of when I was a little kid, how I'd be sitting in the living room watching Godzilla films. It was, from my memories, because I didn't care about anything else that was transpiring, I would fast forward any dialogue just so I could get to Godzilla destroying cities and destroying fighter jets. So hopefully they start going more into that direction in the future. But again, I do give it a 2 thumbs up. I give it a 5 out of 5. I think it's definitely worth a view just for the big screen experience. And there is a scene after the credits. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. I don't know how many people is going to get it, but anyone who has watched these films growing up from their childhood is going to automatically know what is going to happen in the next Godzilla sequel, or maybe it's going to be hinted at in the next film that's coming out in 2020. But as I said, recommend it. 5 out of 5, 2 thumbs up. I hope everybody goes to see it. Let me know in the comments what you think. You provide me a like. If you don't, it's okay. But at the same time, please let me know what you think about it, and I hope to hear from you guys soon. My next review is going to be either Ma or Rocket Man. Most likely it's going to be the Elton John biopic Rocket Man. I will be watching that on Saturday night, so be on the lookout for that review either that night or that Sunday afternoon. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Take care, be safe, and peace out, my friends. Adios.